Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Carex and we are continuing our Transport Fever 2 sort of beginner playthrough for complete beginners. I'm a complete beginner, but we are succeeding. We are making money. When we look at these lines, we can see that our plank train is making huge amounts of money. We're delivering wood and making a lot of money off that. We're delivering the tools into town. We're making some good money on that. We're actually setting up a tram line, which is really, really popular. However, I don't think we're getting a good distribution of the trams. But it seems like the actual tram line itself has a pretty large capacity. I think we're just going to have to work through this. And effectively, yeah, there's kind of a bit of a jam here. And I'm kind of not sure what is going on here. I think what's going on is these vehicles are trying to unbunch themselves, right? They're trying to unbunch themselves. The fact that we're piggybacking off the stop is probably dumb. We probably could flip that. Let's say we had this tram going straight, stopped here, then it'd be, yeah, it'd be kind of working out that way. Yeah, we might have to move this tram stop. We might have to move this tram stop. But it also might just kind of naturally get, you know, sort of fixed. The tram line is losing us money, but it's an interesting, I don't know, it's an interesting notion. Let's see how much this makes us when it comes in. I'm just curious what the tram's actually making to deliver these people across town. 8,000? That's not good. That's not good. A full tram of people, we're getting 8,000 off of each of these? Yikes. Technically, the upkeep is pretty low. And if it can make the trip, more consistently without traffic hiccups and stuff like that, what we might want to do here is actually, pause really quick, actually blow this up, get this to go under this road so that, you know, we can use the greater than less than sign keys to kind of dig down here a little bit. I don't necessarily want a tunnel, but let's just build it. That's definitely not what we were intending. I just wanted a simple under. I mean, it's like, that's just way more under than we needed, but that's okay. It is what it is. But there we go. There we go. That should refix those lines. And this should now not have that sort of crisscross traffic, which is good. So this will be cleaned up a little bit in here. A lot of these vehicles look like this is going to have to get reconfigured because it looks like some of those vehicles freaked out a little bit by what we just did. Lots of people are trying to use the buses, actually. And the reason for this, I suspect... How much money are we making off the GAR buses? Yeah, the reason for this, I think a lot of people are trying to get to the tram, right? And because we're not getting these people from the buses stops to the tram, they're kind of getting stuck. So let's go into, let's go to here, buy more buses. Like at least 3 more. And let's just kind of go through and sort of optimize some of these bits. This looks fine. If anything, we're the Denver bus. If anything, the Denver bus is probably losing us some money, yeah. Which is okay. How's this looking? Making money off that at least. And we have the Milwaukee bus over here, which we already have, I think, four. The Milwaukee bus already has 4 actual buses. Seems to be making a small profit. Seems to be keeping up with the demand, though. Okay, so this is looking good. This is all looking good. And this is kind of part of the game, fine-tuning all these bits, right? fine-tuning all these bits. We kind of noticed that we could make more money by sending brick into Garland, right? Moving the stone, the brick, and then the brick into Garland. And then we also could get bread going over here. In fact, that brick could even ultimately like tie into Fort Collins. There's also another brick thing over here. Where would the stone be over here, though? Not seeing the stone. I see fuel next to Westminster. Fort Collins. Getting bread going into Fort Collins could be pretty good. Simple and good. Still need more people getting picked up at these buses here. And it looks like, honestly, unfortunately, the cargo, the way that the buses are set here, the cargo trucks are kind of blocking things. Or the buses are blocking the cargo. Dang. A lot of opportunity here that we're just throwing away. Frequency is not high enough. These things are coming around as fast as they can. It's just not enough. Are we making money off the tram? We're making big money off the tram. We are making good money off the tram. It seems like these things are full. Like, full. That's good. Looks like a big line of trams are coming back into town here. Looks like we're not getting those backups over here. Although it does look like some of these are not quite getting filled as we're coming in this way now. Having this stop with the bus, probably not the smartest thing in the world. We've added a few too many trams here, I think. I think technically we might see ourselves not quite making a profit on this, but at least these, I mean, these are coming in full right now. And they're picking up people. If they're going 8,000 both ways, that's the difference, right? That's the difference between like running the wood, right? We only make money running the wood one direction, then we have to haul ourselves back, right? The tram's making money both ways. So it kind of makes sense that the tram's doing pretty good. But I would have expected this to even be better, to be honest. Like seeing it do well and seeing it full, I would have expected it to even do better. Denver bus. Yeah, this is insignificant amounts of money compared to what we're making, right? Compared to like what we're making like with the trains and stuff. It's 21 here. I think we've had a hiccup with the wood though. We could definitely be pushing more. We could be pushing more tools, which means we could be pushing more planks, which means we could be pushing more wood. Unfortunately, those hills actually slowed the trucks down. Get like 6 more of these running wood. I mean, the truth is, we might need. And then I'm tempted just to buy another train. But we'd have to take a loan. This is where it's kind of like, dang, you know, if we could go a little bit faster than speed 3, that'd be good. Because we are making good money, but it's taking time to make the money. What's something cheap that we could get going? Because I think the bread we'd wanted, I think ideally we would be training it at least to here. Use a train to get to the processing plant. That looks like an adequate place to set up a train line to me. And then we could be just trucking it into town. Let's just keep it on speed 3 so we can continue to make money. Let's get this set up because this looks pretty optimal to me. Probably only need 1 trade running this line, right? And I'm almost thinking about just moving, you know what I mean? Just moving it right into here with a train. Boom, just like that. I don't think Fort Collins needs enough bread right now. If we did a double, how much more would that cost? It costs quite a bit more. And we can just mod them later, right? We can configure these stations. You can actually, you don't have to pick right now. I can make it a 1, and I can go in later and make it a wider station. That's not a problem. Because eventually I could see us actually full on having multiple. I would have built that at a different angle, thinking about it. I could imagine having multiple outs, right, to get all of this, to get more wheat in, and then to get more bread out. But I think for now this is going to get the wheat. It's going to get the wheat into the bakery, and then I guess we'll just end up sort of trucking it into town. Which won't be hard to do. For the most part, that's residential, so I think bracing for the future expansion, I think having it come into here probably be good. Set up the lines, right? This will be the local bread. What's the name of this town again? Fort Collins, so Fort Local Bread. And then we'll set this up for Fort Wheat 1 or something like that. So we have the train line here. We have the truck line. We do need the train depot, however. Train's gonna cost us some good, train's gonna cost us some money. Right now it's weird, like it says we're losing money, but everything's blue. How are we losing money? The dealio here. Investments. Infrastructure. Not being charged for vehicles? I don't even understand. Am I missing something here? They were losing money off a railroad. Like I believe they should be making quite a bit of money. Are we not getting enough planks? I think there was a hiccup. I think we had a hiccup, guys. With the getting this set up a little bit differently. I think honestly this road right here is bopping us a little bit, having to dig down into the thing. I think these vehicles are having a hard time getting around. I don't think we're getting a constant delivery of wood, which means a train probably would be a lot stronger. Or if we had another lumber area that we could set up. We have one over here. That's kind of farther away. It's definitely farther away. In fact, we could be making planks over here if we needed to. And then moving those into here, just like tunnel through this mountain, which is, millions of dollars, but there you go. Yeah, that's good. Man, the trucks that you start with in 1850, yikes. Yikes, they're slow. They're super slow. It's kind of annoying. So we are going to want a train going back and forth here. We're going to want some trucks going back and forth here. The train's probably going to make this trip like multiple times. Probably 2 times for every time the truck can make the trip. That means we'll need 10. We'll buy 40 bread. We'll need 10. We'll need 20 trucks running this. 20 trucks running this line. For one train. And that might get us Fort Collins' bread demand. You know, the other thing we should probably set up after this, especially if we can succeed here. What the heck? I don't know, because this loan expense, that's 100,000. If we got rid of that, that'd be a lot of extra money that we could be getting every single cycle, right? This is kind of, you know, part of the game is just kind of hanging out, enjoying what we've built, trying to go back and optimize maybe some of the things that we already have. It looks like this is flowing fine. The fact that they're getting piled up here, I think, is kind of irrelevant, right? As long as we have vehicles kind of coming in here, picking up wood. I mean, I'm just trying to think how many more vehicles, how many more trucks could we put on this? I feel like 1, 2, 3, maybe like 4 or something. 5. I don't know. I don't want to like overdo this, but that might be a better investment right now. This train is coming back. It can pick up 42 things of planks, so we're going to have 42 by the time this comes in. Yeah, it's consuming the wood just instantly. Alright. The only way we'd have 42 is if we got more wood being delivered. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Here's that little gap, right? This is that little gap in the chain. Makes it so that this train doesn't get 100% filled. Definitely aren't going to be getting another train in there anytime soon. Which is crazy because at one point it seemed like everything was fine. And now it's like kind of, it's still fine, but it's kind of not. Ooh, look at how many people are using this bus line because of the, we've added more. How much is this bus line actually making us, the GAR bus? 15,000, that's not nearly as much as I would have thought. We could add a couple to it though if we wanted. Yep, vehicles are getting exhausted. It's happening. Increase the maintenance on these. That's what you do, right? If the vehicles get exhausted, you can replace them, or you can just increase the maintenance on them. These probably don't have any value. Some of them might. The ones that we built new, the newer ones might. These ones, though, have basically no value. So to rebuy them all would be, it's probably, usually I've been told by people that know what they're talking about, raising the maintenance to 25% when they get exhausted, keep them running for a little bit. If they get even more exhausted, then you'll have to go back and replace them at some point. But that seems to kind of be the way to do it. This is at least filling up the place. That's good. The GAR bus seems like it could be profiting more, but it's, I don't know. I'm scared to go in with more buses, but these are basically filled. So why not? So again, just kind of optimizing what we have right now. Optimizing what we have right now. There's $1 million. So with $1 million, let's see what kind of train we can build. I mean, the funny thing is, oh wait, it's important to keep in mind. It takes 2 wheat, takes 2 grain to make 1 bread. So if this train is making the trip twice as fast as the truck, the trucking is gonna have to move half as much. So if we're moving 100 wheat, we're only gonna need to move 50 bread. And since this goes twice as fast, you know, we might actually be able to get away with 1 train and 10 trucks. That might be the right balance, just because of how we're going to be taking 2 wheat into bread. But it kind of, because we'll have to do this trip twice to get enough wheat over here to make 40 bread, and then 40 bread are going to get moved by 10 trucks, all carrying 4 each. That's saving us a little bit. Thinking that through saved us a little bit. New vehicles, wait a second, new vehicles available. It's quite a bit more expensive though. Got just a little bit more speed. Got more power, more tractive effort. Lifespan's 14 years. I think this is I don't know, are we thinking this is kind of a hill that might require a little bit more tractive effort? I don't necessarily I don't necessarily think so. I think we're gonna be okay with the cheaper. Although it's just going straight to a mediocre. I'm kind of wondering, like, if we go here, let's say we made an equivalent 42 capacity. This is going to be a 1.5 mil. If we made an equivalent one out of here, which this is only going to cost us actually 200,000 up front, but it's going to cost us, of course, a lot more. That extra tractive effort will let us go all the way up to an 84 capacity, compared to to 49 capacity. So this actually, I think the likelihood that this is going at its full speed is probably a lot higher. But since this only really needs to carry maybe 42 capacity. That's getting us down into the 4 range. Let's, there we go, so 49 capacity here. I think this will probably end up being pretty good. We actually have the money to potentially buy this. We're close. Let's, we're making good money though. We don't need to take out a loan. We'll save that for a second. Wait for a couple more planks to get delivered. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Tram's making us good money. That's good, but that's also really more importantly, right? That's growing the city in a big way. That's getting the, and I don't know why we don't have why it's not counting a private car. I think it could be just because it's 1850, people just don't want to drive that distance. There's like maybe a max distance that someone actually physically be willing to drive. So, but it is counting as having additional connections built up for public transit, which is ultimately growing the city. We're growing the city 120% of its original target size, so it's pretty good. Although we're going to need a delivery here of planks, there we go, to get that train built. And that train's actually going to start to make us a little bit of money, because this train should, well, it should make us money. We dip back down there. Yikes. We're like literally on the line here. We're literally on this line. Come on, we need something to we need a delivery to be made. Ooh. Just sort of paid maintenance for a bunch of our trucks, I think. Once this train right here gets here. Sorry guys, we're kind of being a doofus right now, aren't we? Kind of just waiting for this train here. The trains are very expensive in this game. Building them is very expensive in this game. They do make money, but getting them down is a little bit of a task, and it's definitely an investment. I mean, this and things do kind of go slow, but once you start making more money, then you have more flexibility to kind of keep expanding and going crazy. Eventually, you kind of have so much money you don't know what to do with it. So, but there we go. This will start running wheat. Okay. This will start running wheat, and hopefully we'll be seeing this making a good profit, just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Maybe making 100,000 per trip, maybe 200,000 per trip, but it should be making the trip pretty quickly. When we do make a little bit of money, what we're going to need to do is buy trucks that will eventually, right, take this into town. Just lost money. Money went up and then money went down. How much wheat is going to be over here by the time? Ooh, nice. It'll be a full load. It'll be interesting. What we'll do is we'll see how much this train's going to make us here. It's a short trip, so I'm not expecting a huge payday. Wheat's also accumulating like way faster than this train can move. So we're already thinking that if this train does make a healthy amount of profit, adding a second train here would be a no-brainer. Adding a second train there would be a good thing. Right now we're saying if that's moving 50, right, and we want to move the 50, that'd be 12. Because we're saying that we're only going to get actually half that in bread. Can't afford to do. Let's just do like 5 for now. 200,000 per trip? Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I think we only did 3 there. So let's bring that up. 3 plus, or 3 minus, I want to do 12, so we need 9. Can we get this? I don't have quite enough for that. 7? Local bread. There we go. All right, guys. We have the bread going. The bread train is going. Everything's looking good. We're making good money. We're investing in trains, right? We spent about 3 million just in these last 2 trains that we built, but they should be increasing, the amount of money we should be making. I mean, this train should be making good money, and we have a potential to add a second train there and just make even more money. So it will start cascading eventually. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this episode. I will see you guys in the next one as we continue to sort of stabilize, and hopefully maybe we can actually get our loans paid off. Maybe that'll be the goal. Get the loans paid off. All right, guys, have a good one. Thanks, everybody. See you guys in the next one.